My name is Cassie Lambert, and today I'm going to share with you 3 simple steps for executives, professionals, and motivated women so you can lose 12 to 20 pounds of body fat, bloat, and inflammation by healing your gut without restrictive diets or burning your body into the ground with cardio. And we do this with our weight loss and gut health accelerator program. Now, who am I? Like I said already, my name is Cassie Lambert, and I'm the creator of Strong Her 360. I specifically help women who are struggling with their gut health, metabolic dysfunction, stubborn weight loss, so you can lose the bloat and belly fat without, like I said, running your body into the ground. Now, of course, I've been doing this for over 10 years after coming out of my own health and fitness journey where I was doing just that. I was doing a lot of things, burning my body into the ground, struggling with my weight day in and day out, struggling with my mental health and confidence around it day in and day out. And it wasn't until I took a step back that I had to look underneath the surface. I had to look at the root cause of why I stayed in this vicious cycle, which is why this program was created in the first place, to help you get to the root cause of why it is so hard to lose weight, why your body is resisting that weight loss. So you can heal your gut, rev up your metabolism, and balance your hormones and age with strength versus feeling like everything is falling apart year after year. So a little bit about me. My story really starts back when I graduated high school. I had been diagnosed with bipolar and the doctor put me on lithium. And it wasn't even 3 or 4 months in, and I noticed that my weight just started to balloon. My cravings, my hunger, my mood swings, I felt like things were actually getting worse. And I never had confidence issues for it. I never worried about my weight when I was younger. And yet all of a sudden, going into my freshman year of college, it felt like I was ballooning and it was out of control. This was making things worse. So of course, I started the typical diets that most people do: paleo, skip meals, diet pills. And I found myself in this constant binge cycle in college. Even when I joined the military, I found myself binging, overeating, restricting all the time. Even when I put that uniform on, everybody thought, wow, that's really cool. She's in the military. She must be so strong. She must be so fit. She must know what we're doing. But they didn't know, as I was constantly trying to starve myself to stay thin. So I would gain and lose and gain and lose. I was petrified about eating every single ingredient of food. Was this good for me? Was this bad for me? Did I have to go to the gym and work this off if I ate the wrong thing? Caused my body to stress. I felt bloated. I even hired a coach hoping she would help, but she only made things worse. Said I could only eat asparagus, only eat sweet potatoes, only eat oats. And when I told her that every morning I woke up, I was bloated, every morning I went to bed, I was bloated, and I couldn't stop binging on the weekends, she just told me to try harder. But I was trying. I was trying really hard. And it wasn't until I after had my second kid that I really had to take a hard look in the mirror and say, is this who you want to be as a mother? Do you want your kids to see you like this, burying your body into the ground, actually freaking out every time you ate the wrong food? Do you want them to see you always just grinding it out in the gym and they're just saying, well, go hard or go home? Is this the role model that you want to have for them? And of course, that pain that I had with myself was bleeding over in a relationship with my husband. I was disgruntled. I was angry. I had a low libido. I was making this thing that was supposed to make me healthy even worse. It was actually ruining the relationships around me. And I wasn't showing up as the wife, the mother, the coworker of who I wanted to be. So I knew I had to make a change. I had to do something different. I couldn't just eat healthy and work out. That was actually making things worse. It was making me feel terrible. I had to actually start healing my gut. I actually had to remove the gut stressors from my body so I could heal the hunger, heal those cravings, and then finally eat the foods I enjoy and not freak out every time we went on vacation or every time we went out to eat. Would there be something there for me? It took me 15 years to figure this out. 15 years of always being in this constant vicious cycle of self-hate and loathing. But today I'm thriving. I'm going to be 40 soon. I'm so excited. And that's actually crazy because I remember when I was turning from 29 to 30 and I thought, oh my gosh, my 30s is going to be horrible because my 20s were horrible. Oh my gosh, I'm aging and getting older. It's going to get even worse. And now looking forward to my 40s, I'm saying just the opposite. I'm so excited. I feel stronger, more confident, have more energy than I ever did when I was in my 20s. I feel amazing. So if you are someone who is on that same cycle, I just want to share with you a couple of results, not just me. So take Christy, for instance. She's a business owner, a mom, and yes, she's even a grandma. And she came to me extremely frustrated. She tried everything. She tried yo-yo dieting. She was doing keto and paleo and intermittent fasting, the classics that we all do. And nothing was working. And she owned her own business. She had to be the executive of her own company, but carrying this weight and carrying this low energy and trying to figure out what to eat, it was actually making business even tougher. It was making it so she couldn't really be in charge of what she was doing in her daily life because she felt so much shame that she couldn't control what she was actually eating privately. So in 16 weeks after she started working with us, she lost 18 pounds. She had more energy, her business was thriving, and she actually felt amazing when she woke up in the morning. Or take Sarah. Sarah was a fitness professional. So of course she thought, well, I should know what to do. This is my industry. This is what I do for a living. And yet it wasn't working. She worked out all the time. She practically lived at the gym. But it wasn't until she joined us at Strong Her that she actually was able to lose that belly fat. We had to get to her root cause on why working out wasn't working. She lost 12 pounds in 16 weeks, regained her energy, and had confidence back in the career. She actually felt like she looked like the role model that she wanted to be. And then there's Leah. I absolutely love Leah's story, especially because she came to us when she's just about turned 60. So in this picture right here, she's actually 60 years old. She's frustrated. She said, you know what? I know people always say as you get older, this is just the way it is. It's all downhill, especially after menopause. She did not want to actually live like that. She wanted something different. But after trying to starve her body practically to death, she did not getting the results she wanted. So she came to us and started with us, and she lost 16 pounds at 60 years old in 16 weeks. She was no longer bloated every day, and she has more energy now than she ever did in her 50s or 40s. And these are just a few results. Well, we've helped over 1,000 professional women like you lose weight, get their confidence back, and really this bleeds over professionally and into the own relationships that you have within your life. So what are the main struggles that so many women actually face on why they can't permanently lose that weight? Well, the most important that I really want to share with you is failing to heal their gut health first. That's right, gut health first. So the number one struggle, remaining unaware of the vital link between gut health, metabolism, and weight loss, leaving you in the dark about the true path to lasting results. Instead of just fitness and exercise, we have to look internally. Your gut is actually directly connected to your metabolism, your hormones, your cravings, your hunger, your brain fog. And so if you're ever saying to yourself, oh, my metabolism is so slow, let's look to the gut. If you're saying, oh my gosh, my hormones are completely out of whack, let's look to the gut. Why am I always craving things? I'm so hungry. Let's look to the gut. Fatigue, brain fog. We need to look at the gut. When we heal the gut, our metabolism is better. When we heal the gut, our hormones are more balanced. When we heal the gut, that craving and those hungers, they disappear. We're energized. We need to start at the gut first. So that is the biggest struggle. We don't understand that connection between why that weight loss resistance is there. And now I'm sharing with you, it is the gut first. What other struggles do we face? Carrying the heavy burden of self-doubt. I've lost weight before and it never stayed off. Believing you lack time. Oh, I'm just so busy with everything to do. And feeling like you're drowning in a sea of I can't, right? How am I going to have time for that? How can I get this done? I feel like there just is no time for me. I'm taking care of everyone else. You're serving everyone else in your life, and your health and your happiness is going towards the background. It's the 50th thing on the list rather than the top 5. And struggle number 3, stumbling through the maze of confusion. Going to Google, going to Pinterest, going to social media, and not confused about what you should be doing, right? You're not sure about the clear steps. You feel lost in this web of uncertainty. This is when social media and the internet sometimes actually made things worse, because we have all of these things we're being told and we can't figure out which one is best for us. So I want you to know right now, if you have ever failed to lose the weight over and over again, I want you to know it's not your fault. It is not your fault. Why? Because most diet and exercise programs, they exist to make you fail. They're broken. They are not built to actually get at the root cause of why you gained weight in the first place, right? Take keto, just cut out carbs. Well, you didn't gain weight because you ate carbs. Exercise, you just need to exercise. It doesn't get to the root cause of why you gained weight. Go to your doctor. Hey, doc, please let me know. I cannot figure out why this belly fat will not come off. I cannot figure out why I'm so tired when I wake up in the morning. And you know what they say? Well, you're just getting older. Your labs look fine. Everything's normal. I don't know, maybe it's in your head. This is just the way it is, what happens when you get a little bit older. Or, hey, here's this pill. Go try that and see if it works, right? It's not meant to get to the root cause of how you got here in the first place, right? So this cycle may feel very familiar to you. I know it does me. You start that diet, you restrict everything, right? Oh, I can't have this, I can't have that, no carbs, sugar detox, 1,200 calories. And sometimes the weight changes and then you get it back. Or maybe it doesn't change at all. And of course, what does this lead to? Maybe a binge, guilt, frustration, feeling like a failure. How am I so successful in so many other areas of my life, and yet I'm failing here? And you internalize it, and you end up taking it out sometimes on other people, or you don't even want to be in family pictures anymore, right? It's really hard to keep all of that pain to yourself and not allow it to go anywhere else in your life. So maybe you thought, like I said, you feel broken. Maybe I'm meant to feel miserable. This is just the way it's supposed to be. I know I felt there. I was like, well, guess this is just the permanent thing. I'm just going to be miserable forever. What if you're not saying to yourself, well, maybe I just don't have the discipline or the willpower to just starve myself enough. Maybe I really do have to be at the gym for 3 hours and there's no way I can be at the gym. We start and go, look at how I'm screwing up, right? And it just makes us sink deeper and deeper and deeper. Well, we're going to change that, right? It doesn't have to be, that's not the way it has to be. I want to help you put those fears to rest, all right? And I want to show you instead how with the right strategy built for your body, your gut, your metabolism, you can absolutely be released from this vicious cycle. And we're going to do this in, like I said, 3 steps, 3 simple steps that helps executives, professionals, and motivated women just like you lose 12 to 20 pounds of body fat, inflammation, by healing your gut without restricted diets or running your body into the ground, okay? So we're gonna go with these phase by phase so you can learn how. So here's just a few results. This is just a small snapshot. You have Paula up there at the top, mom of 6, working mom of 6. Oh, yeah, she was really busy, and yet she lost 10 pounds. Maribel, she had hypothyroidism, she had Hashimoto's. She felt like her hormones were an absolute mess. But once we got at the root cause of why everything was happening, she lost the weight and was able to show up in her business as a mom how she wanted to. Powerful. Jenny Spencer, PCOS. Oh, such tough when you have PCOS and feeling like you're always being told, well, it's too hard for you. You might as well just deal with it. Here's this pill. She was down 13 pounds in just a few short weeks, even though she was told over and over again, well, you have PCOS, it's just gonna be harder for you than someone else. Doesn't have to be that way. So 3 simple steps. We have step 1, restructure, step 2, restoration, step 3, rejuvenate. So let's get into step 1, restructure. Now, before I get into that, I really want to talk about what do we normally do, right? We're like, okay, I'm gonna lose the weight on Monday. What should I start doing? Well, maybe we're going to do the one-size-fits-all approach. My friend says she is going to do a 30-day sugar detox, right? So let's do it with my friend. We'll do it together. We just need to eat clean. Maybe you chose that. Oh, I just got to cut out all the carbs. Oh, I need to go really low calorie. That worked last time. Let me go real low calorie. I think I'm going to start to skip breakfast. Yeah, I think when I skip breakfast, that'll make me eat less. And I'll for sure be able to lose the weight then. Or lots of cardio. I'm just going to burn it off. I've been meaning to get back into running. I'm just going to start running every morning. That's what I'll do, right? We do this approach over and over again, and it leads to the same thing over and over again. So instead, let's do something different. Let's restructure how we actually get off the starting blocks. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to identify the specific root cause of your weight loss resistance, your gut health issues, so we can design a tailored protocol for your body. Your gut is as unique as your fingerprint. We're not doing the same thing as someone else. We need an actual tailored protocol for you. It needs to fit your body, your gut, and your life. And by doing this, you'll start to lose the bloat, lose the inflammation, increase your energy without feeling overwhelmed. Okay. And so this is just a little bit of a breakdown. We start with your root cause assessment. This is going to take over 400 data points to really get in those deeper layers of why there's been so much weight loss resistance in your life. From there, once we have all that data, we're able to create a personalized protocol for you so it fits in your life. We don't have to blow up your entire life for this to work. And then you're going to be feeling so good in those just even first 2 weeks. Right out the gate, you're going to be feeling better. And you can even say, Megan, say that right there. My jeans are even so loose in the weight band. The bloat was gone for her. She was waking up bloated every single morning. How are you supposed to start your day confidently if you're waking up bloated every single morning? And just in a couple weeks, it was gone. Her pants were fitting so much better. That just made it so she could start her day and go into work and show up as a mom and show up as a powerful woman so much easier when she had that confidence and didn't feel like she had to cover herself up right out the gate in the morning. Now, here is Denise. Denise is 36 years old. And when we started phase one with her, right, she had a corporate job, mom of two, former athlete, right, very active, but she felt bloated, felt fatigued, and her body was out of control. She had lost weight before, like so many of us have, but this time after her second son, it wasn't coming off. The old stuff, the just eat clean, the just work out, was not working. But when we implemented phase one for her, when we got to that root cause and we had that data for her personalized protocol, we were actually able to get that inflammation and make her feel better. Fatigue started, the fatigue went away. She was energized and she dropped 20 pounds in less than 90 days. Before that 16-week timer, she had more energy to come home after work and be present with her kids rather than be so tired that she just had to lay on the couch, which is what she was doing previously. And she's kept it off for 3 years, right? We want permanent solutions, not a Band-Aid. So that is our restructure. Phase two, restoration. Now, if you've ever been to that place where you have lost some weight before, maybe it's 5 pounds, maybe it's 10 pounds, and then things stop, right? You get stuck and you're like, uh-oh, I'm stuck. Like I started eating healthier and things started happening. I started working out, things started happening. But then like a month goes by, another month goes by, and nothing's changing. You're like, oh no, well, I need to do more. All right. I just need to do more. I need to try harder. I need to work out even more. Maybe my doctor will know like why I'm not losing anymore. He tells me every time I go there that I need to lose weight. So if he's telling me I need to lose weight for sure, they can tell me what I can do to lose it. Or maybe we take random supplements, right? Oh, I heard this one burns belly fat, and I heard this one's going to help me with my hot flashes, and I heard this one is going to be really, really good for gut health even. So let me take all these random supplements. Well, the reason that doesn't work is I'm going to show you this little illustration right here. Imagine you had a cup of clean water and you pour some poison in it. Well, you're no longer going to have clean water. You're going to have water that has poison in it. And when you start to try to do more, you're taking something that already has poison, a toxin in it, right? Which is our current body. And you're just trying to add more clean stuff in. Oh, maybe if I just eat cleaner, maybe if I just do more working out, and you're trying to pour all this clean water into something that already has poison. Well, guess what? You're still going to have a poisonous cup of water. You did not remove the thing that caused the issue in the first place. So With our restoration step, I want you to rethink what you were doing previously. Take that cup of water, take your body right now. If your gut has all these gut bugs in them, the bad gut bugs in them that have built up over time because of stress, because of fungal overgrowth, right? Because of all these things that we've done previously, we need to filter, we need to remove it. We need a filtration system. We need to get the stressors out of our body so then we can have that clear cup of drinking water. So that's what our restoration phase is. We're going to reset your metabolism for lasting weight loss, improve gut and hormone health, implementing metabolic movement, nutritional strategies aimed for your specific body type, while also eliminating gut stressors through targeted interventions. Remember, this is targeted, this is specific to you, because we're going to prepare your body for transformation without extreme measures. Remember, before it was always, I got to do more, I got to do more, I got to do more to get more results, more results, more results. No, we don't need those extreme measures. That's what was burning your body into the ground and why you couldn't stick with it over the long term. And so Carol is such a good example of this specific thing. Carol came to us, 51 years old, executive in her sales position, a mom, and she was in full-blown menopause, right? So she felt those hormonal effects, right? Low energy the moment she woke up in the morning, brain fog, bloated, mental and physical stress from work especially, but her body was going through the hormonal changes as well, which was just compounding things, right? She was already working out. She was taking multiple supplements. She was taking supplements for adrenal health. She was taking supplements for hormone health. She was taking a candida supplement and trying to live on salads. And yet none of that was actually helping out with weight loss. It wasn't working, but she was just trying to throw everything at her body, hoping that something could make the change. Well, we had to have this phase 2 with her. We had to change the way that she saw what was needed. And so instead of just trying to take a bunch of stuff to fix it, we had to actually remove the stress in her body, remove the fungal overgrowth in her body. And when this happened, we balanced her blood sugars. We reset her metabolism. And then she was able to lose 17 pounds and 19 inches. She no longer wakes up with brain fog. She no longer wakes up and struggles to get out of bed. She actually enjoys going out with friends to eat because she knows she can have more than just a salad. This bleeds over into every facet of life, even with our friends and our family, and having moments of, you can now be in the moment with food rather than going, oh my gosh, am I allowed to have this? Is this going to make things worse or make things better? So that takes us on to our step 3, rejuvenate. And sometimes this is actually the hardest. Rebound, relapse. You may kind of look back at, your history and go, man, I've lost 50 pounds before. I've lost 20 pounds before. I've done this before. But then I didn't know what to do next. I had no after plan, right? What do? You just stay in a stress bubble going, uh-oh, I better not screw this up. Like, I got this weight off. I'm too scared to go eat the wrong thing. I'm too scared to go on vacation. I know that if I stop working out for 2 hours a day, the weight's just going to come back on. Oh, I can't have carbs because the only way that I lost weight was when I cut out carbs. And so through this restrictive process to lose weight, you've gotten these fears that never existed before, right? You stayed in this fearful state of restriction for too long. And once again, your body starts to crash and burn, and eventually you regain it all back, right? You worry that the foods that you took out so you didn't have bloat anymore and you didn't have constipation or diarrhea, right? You felt good. You're like, I can never have this again. Wrong. In our rejuvenate phase, we actually get to bring in those foods that used to cause us distress. We get to, once again, sit around with our friends and family at Christmas time, at birthdays and anniversaries, and not worry that the delicious food in front of us is going to make us take a step back, right? So in phase 3, we focus on nutritional flexibility. We reintroduce the foods that used to give us issues, that used to cause issues in our gut and our hormones. We guide you through metabolic resistance, which really is this reverse phase for those long-term permanent results in hormone stabilization. If you stay in a state of restriction for too long, your hormones will absolutely be long-term impact of that. Through this phase, you'll not only maintain your weight loss, but will also ensure that you will not have any gut health relapses. Right? So imagine going to go get a chemical peel or a laser peel, right? That's how I want to explain this to you. And you get that damaged and that dark skin off, and you have that fresh new look underneath, but it's, it's red. And so the doctor tells you, hey, stay out of the sun, and they give you these care instructions. So even though you have this new fresh skin that's going to have more collagen production, you're really excited about, you're rejuvenated, you don't just go out and run out in the sun with no protection. In fact, you need to stay completely covered for quite some time, right? You're given a plan on how to heal and prevent damaging your new revitalized look. Well, that's what we're doing during this rejuvenation stage. We've gotten you to that place where you have lost the weight, you feel amazing, but we need to have that plan in place for permanent transformation. And we break these down in 3 different ways: nutritional flexibility, eating those foods, holidays. Food is such a huge part of our lives with our family. Metabolic resiliency. As you age, you're going to get stronger. You're going to be resilient against when people say, oh, well, osteoporosis right around the corner for you. Oh, well, that's why you hurt so bad. That's why you're so fatigued. You're getting older. No, we are going to build your body up to where you can just say, nope, that's not me. I am aging with strength. You're going to be going on that next vacation. You're going to feel so good, not just in the bathing suit you're wearing, but also in being able to navigate the food and experiences that is vacations, and not worry that's going to throw you back off track or you're going to regain anything back. So Sarah Lena is such a good example of this. She is 41 years old. She was working abroad because she spouses in the military, and she's a mom, of course. So she kept on losing that same 15 pounds over and over again, tried paleo and keto. She tried to eat smaller meals, and she was convinced that when she wanted to lose weight, she just had to be deprived. That if she wanted to keep it off, she just had to be restricted, right? Like, that was her viewpoint on what she wanted. Had to be from a state of pain. It had to be from a place of feeling miserable. And she was someone, when she traveled, especially at the time when she was living in Italy, she wanted to enjoy the food culturally and experience it. But there was such a worry of like, how can I do that when all these foods technically are bad for me? They're on the no-no list for all the previous diets. So when we took her through the program, she lost 10 pounds in her phase 2 and phase 3. Phase 1 and phase 2. And then in phase 3, she actually lost an additional 4 pounds and a total of 10 inches. So she lost 14 pounds altogether, 10 inches just around her belly. So all that belly fat. And now she feels confident in her clothes, enjoys eating her favorite bread at a local bakery without fearing of gaining it back. She's increasing her metabolic muscle and feels mentally and physically stronger now in her 40s than she ever did in her 30s. And she actually even had a bod pod done. So we were actually able to measure that muscle growth and that fat loss internally as well, which was really cool to see. And that's just a little message where she said, like, I'm down 2 pounds of fat and up to 2 pounds of muscle. Like, it feels so good to see these changes, these permanent changes we're putting into place. Listen, I've shared stories with you of when we work with it every single phase. And here's even more. I think you get the point, right? I think you get the point that really at the end of the day, this works. It works for women just like you in their 30s, their 40s, their 50s, their 60s. Doesn't matter if you're working long hours, it can work for you. It doesn't matter if you're busy. We're all busy. This can work for you because it's the permanent solution built for your life and your body. Right? So now that you understand how our clients are able to lose 12 to 20 pounds of body fat, bloat, and inflammation by healing their gut without a restrictive diet or running your body into the ground with cardio, by following these 3 steps, really at the end of the day, you have a decision to make. You really do. And you have choices, right? So choice number one, do nothing at all. Stay right where you are at. And if you are someone right where you are at right now and you feel miserable, you hate waking up in the morning and putting on clothes, you hate being in family pictures, you are taking that out sometimes even on your own family and friends because you're so frustrated by the way you feel. If you are fatigued from the moment you wake up and go to bed, you do have the choice. You have the choice to stay right here. You don't have to do anything at all. And you can just say, you know what? This is just what's where my life's gonna be at. That is absolutely a decision you can make. You can do number two, decision number two. You can say, you know what? I didn't know about gut health. I think I can go do this on my own. I'm gonna take some of the tips that Cassie gave me today, and I'm gonna go Google, because that's what I always do. I go Google, and I am gonna go do this whole gut health thing on my own, and I'm gonna figure it out. And I will say that is probably one of the decisions. You're better off not doing anything at all, because it's going to put you into that web that I talked about before of overwhelm and not knowing where to navigate, right? Remember Carol? She was taking all the supplements, doing all the things, and yet she was literally burning money trying to solve it on her own, okay? Or number three, you can book in a call. You can book in a call and take that next step. You can say, you know what? I'm worth it. I'm worth the time. I'm worth the investment. My family is worth it for me to show up for them every single day in the best place possible. I am worth to be in the top of the list. To take care of me is taking care of others. To put me first is putting my company first, is putting my job there, is putting my family first. I am worth it. And if that is you, if you are ready to stop saying next time, next year, let me just try it on my own. If you are actually willing to say, I am worth it, and I refuse to stay in this same place any longer, then what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and I want you to book in a call, and I want you to fill out the metabolic health assessment. I want you to actually take that next step so we can connect and we can deep dive into your goals and we can get to your root cause. Now, if at the end of that call, you're like, hey, you know what? This just isn't for me. That's okay. The point of the call is to take you from a place of overwhelm and start getting you some answers. So you need to book in your call. If that is you, if you're saying I am worth it, book in your call. I am worth it. And then go ahead and fill out that metabolic health assessment. That health assessment is going to allow me to dig deeper in. So when we come to the call together, we can actually see where are those points where the poison might be that we need to filter out. Okay. So that is it for me. I'm excited to connect with you, and I'll see you guys on the other side.